Welcome to this episode of Beyond the Bench, Real Talk for Real Growth. I appreciate you tapping into this episode. Hey, but before we get started, do me a quick favor. Click that like button, click that share button, comment below. Let me know where you're watching from. But look, I'm excited about this episode as always. This will be part two of our previous video where we talk about how what coaches are looking for in terms of players, and we're going to elaborate on how to improve your playing time. Right, there's certain skill sets that you have to do consistently when you're in games. Not only in games, you have to do it in practice. So I'm excited about this episode, man. It's going to be fun. We're going to break down a lot of clips on offense, right? Certain things that you could do to help improve your offensive game, which will result in more playing time. We're going to talk about the defensive side of things, right? We're going to talk about how you can improve your defense, and that will help improve your playing time. It's only one basketball. Everybody can't shoot at the same time, right? Everybody's not going to be the lead scorer. So you have to do other things that bring value to your team. And when you do that, right, it makes the game easier for you. It makes the game easier for your teammates. And in the end, you get more playing time. So that's what this episode is about. Let's go ahead and start off with the first skill set that I want to touch on. It's going to be the pick and roll, right? Everybody can't play in the pick and roll. You have to become a student of the game to be able to master the pick and roll. So let's tap in to the first skill set, the pick and roll. Let's rewind it. So the first part, and I'm gonna break this down, right? For the kids that they love the game, right? They're students of the game. You want to get better. I'm gonna break this down, and I want you to watch this part over and over again so you could become a master or a maestro in the pick and roll. So the first layer is going to be the on-ball defense, right? Defender. That's the first level. We ain't worried about the first level, so we're going to set him up for the ball screen, right? He's going to get pinned on the screen. Now, the next level is going to be, okay, boom. Now, we have to read the big, right? What is the big going to do? So right here, the big is kind of soft. He's in a soft hedge, not a hard hedge. So in this case, we're going to extend it, right? We're going to stretch out, and we're going to force this big to cover space. Now, the third level is going to be, all right, now we got to read this guy that's in the center, that's under the basket in the middle of the paint. That's the tag guy, right? He's tagging the guy 22 on offense who's rolling to the rim. But what the point guard does right here, or the ball handler does right here, he does a great job of dragging the ball screen. And he's forcing the big and the on-ball defender to communicate. Now, when we stop this, you'll notice now the on-ball defender is starting to go back and help on the guy that's rolling to the rim. This leaves the ball handling space to shoot the three. So once we understand how to not focus so much on the first level, which is the on-ball defender, right? Once we understand that, we can move on to the second and third level. Now, in this next clip, we're going to focus more on the second level. So we have the ball screen coming up. Now, look where his defender is. He's in the paint. We call that the drop, right? So whenever you see a big that's in the paint that's dropping, not like a soft hedge or a hard hedge, right? You need to come off and shoot this three, right? You get there, you get to that three-point line, and you shoot the three. And that's what you'll see in this clip, okay? So we have to understand, right? We have to understand how to read defenders. And once we learn how to read defenders in the ball screen, the game gets easier, right? Because at the end of the day, you're trying to create a disadvantage for the defenders, right? Now, in this clip here, you'll notice that the defender goes under. Now, when the defender goes under the screen, because you got the big 22 who's on defense, he's in the drop position. So whenever you see that, 9 out of 10, it's either going to be the on-ball defender is going to go fight over the ball screen, or he's going under. In this case, boom, good read by the ball handler, because if he keeps going, he's running into the second layer of help defense, and he's going to run into the defender that's going under the screen. But what he's going to do, he's going to step back and shoot the three. So, that being said, there's layers to this. So whenever you're training or watching the game, let's just focus on watching the game. When you're watching the game, you have to read the entire court when you're watching. Don't just watch the ball handler. Watch the entire court, because you got to see, okay, what is the help side, the third level, the guy that's tagging. We got to see that. And then we got to see the second level, right? So you got to see these different things, and you have to be able to read it in real time when you're put in that position. And this is why everybody don't get a chance to handle the ball, right? When there's 5 seconds left on the shot clock, or 5 seconds left, or 30 seconds, whatever, less than a minute left in the half or in the game, everybody's not going to get the ball and get the ball screen. You understand? But once you learn how to master the ball screen, the game gets easier for you. All right? Now, the second skill that I want to focus on that will help you get more playing time is a crucial skill set, and that's moving without the ball. Most kids become stagnant, right? They don't move to space well. They don't create space when they don't have the ball. The guy or the girl that doesn't have the ball is just as important, because they create space for the offense. They create space for the ball handler to get downhill and draw two. And when we draw two, we know what we do. When we draw two, you know what to do. You kick it out. You get the ball up. All right. So in this next skill set, we're going to focus on moving without the ball. Now, what I want you to pay close attention to is off the ball, right? So we have to watch the off ball. What's happening off ball, right? What is number 8 doing? What is number 1 doing? You see number 1 setting a flare screen, okay? So we got to read that. Now, you see you got an offensive player in the corner. You got the ball kicked out to the wing. Let's see what happens. Again, watch what's happening off ball. Read the off ball. Number 4. Where is his defender at? Right? He's right there on the lane line. You have dribble penetration. What happens? The guy that's guarding number 4 turns his head and looks at the dribble penetration. The great thing that number 4 does, that's over here at the top to our left, he's going to cut down the paint. And when he does that, right, he gives the ball handler an outlet. This is why you have to cut to the basket when you see dribble penetration. Don't just stand on the three-point line. You understand? Too many players stand on the three-point line and they do not move without the ball. And that right there, that was your 45 cut. We call that the 45 cut. Again, as we study the game, let's watch what's happening off ball. Okay, we got the guy at the top, right to our right. I believe that's number 10 on the wing. We got to pay attention. Let's see what's going on. He comes to the ball. Cool. Ball is moving. All right. Now we're going to have dribble penetration. Good kick. Trying to figure it out. Boom. Right there. Now, if we go back, you see the defender that's guarding the man in the corner goes in double teams because he sees the ball handler back is turned towards him. So he's thinking, man, that's a great opportunity to go double team. Well, number 2 that's in the corner could just stand there, right? Which most players do. They just stand in the corner. They don't move. But instead, he's going to give him a cut, and that's where we get easy layups. I'm going to tell you, coaches want players that's going to move without the ball, because that creates more space for the offense. They don't want guys or girls that's just going to stand on the three-point line and don't cut when you got dribble penetration. So moving without the ball is essential. It's essential to getting more playing time. If you want more playing time, you have to move without the ball, right? Don't become stagnant and just standing in the corner or on the wing. Too many players do that, and that's why most of them don't play. They sit the bench because, one, they don't move without the ball. Two, they're not ready to shoot when the ball's kicked out to them. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is decision making. If you want more playing time, you have to make good decisions. Most players don't make good decisions. Why? Because they don't study the game. They don't practice on their skill set, dribbling, decision making. And so with that being said, we can't put you on the court because you don't make good decisions. So now let's watch some clips on decision making. Boom, good pass. Okay, so now they're in the zone. Okay, the key to breaking the zone is either going to be hit the high post, right? Pass, or we're going to hit the gaps. So right here, we hit the gaps. Big is in the middle of the paint, not paying attention. Now we're going to kick it down to the guy in the dunker spot. Easy work. Okay, easy work. Decisions. Got to make good decisions. When you're playing this game, you got to make good decisions. Okay, now, so right here, coming off this ball screen, boom, the big's in a drop. We talked about that. Now, can you make the right read? Boom, right decision, pocket pass, easy layup. Make the game easy. Can you read the court? Can the coach trust that you'll make the right decision at the right time? Again, here, cut, boom, make a pass. He draws two. Court awareness. You got feel. You have feel for the game. Court awareness. He sees he has two. He knows where his teammate is. Backside, good bounce pass, easy layup. Okay? We have to make good decisions if we want more playing time. The coach has to trust you with the ball. When you're on the court, can the coach trust you? Especially in crucial moments. Because we know the game of basketball is all about runs, right? Ebbs and flows, highs and lows. The teams that make the most runs normally win the game. Plain and simple. Okay? Now, the third skill set that I want to talk about is rebounding. See, again, everybody can't score. Most players are not going to get a lot of shots. But how do you impact winning? Right? You can impact winning by rebounding. Just go watch some of these college programs. Watch some of these pros. You watch and you study them and you see that they impact winning. They don't always have the ball in their hand, but they do a great job of rebounding. Let's watch. Let's focus on rebounding. Okay? Now, study the game. It's in the details. Study the game. Okay? Shots gonna go up. And let's read what happens. Boom. Because most players do not know how to box out. That's essential. We got to be able to have players that know how to box out. And if you watch in the paint, you see the big in the paint, boxing out, number 10. We see on the baseline, on the block, box out. We see number 5, that's on the lane line, boxing out. You got to box out. Okay? You can't be afraid to box out. Good players impact winning on both ends of the court. Okay? Shot goes up. Box out. Okay? Again, we need stops. Okay? We got to get stops. Winning plays. Okay? Got to have it. Winning plays. Again, we're going to see it here. Shot is going to go up. Boom. What happens? So let's slow this down. Okay? Number 0, that's in the middle of the free throw line. Watch him. Watch the guy to our left that's over here covering the guy in the corner. Watch what happens. Slow motion. Shot goes up. They're going to find a body. Number 0 and number 10 box out. You see over here to our far left in the right corner. You see what he's doing. Boxing out. Making contact. Rebound. Making winning plays matters. You have to make winning plays. And it's not just shooting the basketball. Too many players focus on scoring. No, you could make winning plays on defense, rebounding. You can make winning plays when you don't have the ball. Cut into the open spot, move into space. When you see teammate drive, you going to cut, give me a 45 cut, and we get a layup. You understand? So the point of this video, to all my athletes that's watching this video, middle school, elementary, high school, doesn't matter. Study the game. Okay, study the game. Find your specialty. Because it may be in middle school, you're the scorer. What happens when you get to high school? You may not be the scorer the first year. So you got to find your role. Maybe you become the defender, or maybe you become the rebounder. Find your role. Every season, it may change. You have to adapt. Okay, so thank you again for tapping into this video. Again, click that like button, comment below. Let me know what you thought about this video. And if you have any suggestions on topics that you want me to talk about, I'm all about it. Let me know. I want to continue to help parents, players, and coaches continue to progress in this game of basketball. I'm Coach Green. I'm your basketball scoring coach. Until then, I'll see you in the next episode.